What up? It's your boy, The Incredible Man, and I'm back at it again. Okay, and I just seen BEM episode 2. Okay, now last week when I seen the first episode and I came to talk to you guys about it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is great, this is fantastic, this is lovely, this is wonderful, this is everything. But this second episode done exceedingly above the first episode. The first episode was good and it was nice and it was a great introduction, man. But this second episode was so fantastic in everything that it done. I wanted more. Every moment of this episode left me on the edge of my seat wanting more, man. But this is my episode. This is my discussion and review of this episode, man. Okay. First off, when it started, okay, we see the chick, one of the main character chicks. Well, kind of, maybe she's kind of like a side main character. I mean, because like they show her and it kind of revolves around her, but this episode mainly revolved around the monster chick, which is, I can't remember her monster name, so I'm just gonna stick with her name and call her Annabella. Okay, so this episode mainly revolved around her, but it started where we see the cop chick at a graveyard, and she's discovered a body. And she comes and tells a partner, and the partner shows up, and the body's been there for 10 years. 10 years. Okay, then it jumps into them trying to find everything about the body and stuff. But it pans and shows us this one character, which is a guy in glasses in a classroom. And then we see the redhead monster chick, which is Annabella, and she's in the classroom. Now, about this, I absolutely love that part, to see them kind of like undercover in human society. They don't just lurk around in the shadows. But I don't know if anybody else noticed, but when we got from the outside to the upper, and that the whole thing changed. It was brighter, like the lights and everything. It seemed so much prettier, and the music changed. I don't know if anybody else caught it, but I can't talk. I don't know if anybody else caught it, but the music changed. It was more upbeat and happy and had a different tempo. It was very just uplifting type music. It was just very nice, and it wasn't really dark and mellowed out. It was very uplifting type music. So I guess that's what they're trying to portray, is like the outside is really dark and gritty, and the upper is really nice and pretty and everything. But from this episode alone, we know that the upper seems way worse than the outside. The outside is probably because the people are victims of circumstance, but the uppers, they have no reason to do the stuff that they do. They done it just because, and we learned that in this episode. Okay, so that's what I want to talk about on that part. But then we get to her and her friends started hanging out at the mall, and we come in contact with this lady that she recognizes her face, and as we learned later in the episode, that she took the Mary, which is the skeleton that they found, she took her face. So now Annabella Annabella is at the mall with her friends, and this lady comes up and calls her Mary, and was like, well, don't you remember me? We went to school together 10 years ago. And she was like, no, I don't know who you are. But the reason she thought who she was, because she had Mary's face. Now that whole moment when I was watching anime, it kind of threw me for a loop. But I was thinking maybe she's like she doesn't age and she just goes to school every time. But she took her face, and the emblem that she had on her head, she recognized it. But then we get into this whole backstory, man. The cops are trying to find out who Mary is. We've come in contact with somebody that knew Mary and assumes that Annabella is Mary. So it got real confusing for a moment. Then it started breaking it up and telling us all of this stuff, man. We get the cop chick not doing background checks, but doing investigation work, and it was a nice little pan how they questioned all these people, and they panned it out. They didn't go to them individually. That probably would have took up so much time, but they panned it out, and it was just a nice long pan across the screen where they was talking to different people. That was very nice. I like that. So then we find out all of this different stuff. We could never really get any definitive proof on Elaine. Some people liked her, some people didn't. Some people thought she was scheming, some people thought she was great. So we all knew that there was something going on with Elaine from the way that everybody was telling the story. But then we get to her setting it up, with which we didn't find this out till later, that these guys that Annabelle went to the mall again. Well, Annabella went to the mall again, and these guys started harassing her. And all of a sudden, Elaine pops up and tries to play the hero, and then gives her the medal that was stolen, which I skipped over. So the reason Mary and Elaine and Dominica fell out as friends is because Elaine told Dominica that Mary stole a pendant of hers, but she didn't. Elaine stole it, framed Mary, and had Dominica send Mary out there and had someone killed. Okay, I was trying to talk in order, but the way that everything happened in this episode, it was too great. It was just so fantastic, man. Elaine set Mary up. Elaine had Mary killed. Elaine had Dominica killed. Elaine, this lady was so, okay. I just recently started watching Shield Hero, and I thought mine was a terrible character. Dude, this lady is just horrendous, man. She makes Doflamingo seem like a saint. I mean, okay, well, not a saint, because he killed his own father. But anyway, the stuff that she done, man, dude, she had no reason to do it. When asked what was her reason for killing Mary or having Mary killed, I didn't like her smile. What? Who kills someone based on a smile, man? Dude, this anime is so good. If you're not watching BEM, well, you probably are because you're watching this video, but if you're not watching BEM, you should totally watch BEM, man. Dude, this episode was so, man. But there was other moments in this episode that I enjoyed as well, like the other dude that's part of the little monster trio. He has a whole bunch of friends that he hangs around. Like, they're kids, but like they're like in this video game competition, and he was in there playing with everything about this. And I know I'm all over the place talking about this episode, but that's how great it was. When you come across something this great and wonderful, you can't just talk about it in a normal capacity or order. You gotta just go with the flow, man, because it was just that good. Then I know I'm all over the place. Then we find out that she set everything up, man, and then she calls Dominica to tell her that Mary wanted to talk to her. Well, Annabella. Then she calls Annabella and tell her that she wanted to talk, that Annabella was going to kill Elaine. And then they get to the graveyard, and she has this dude. And the way that Dominica died, we was just watching her on screen. She was like, yeah, well, we've both been set up. And next thing you know, something just bams and crushes her whole body. An explosion happens and everything. Dude, everything that happened in this episode was glorious, man. I can't believe I've never heard of this anime or manga. I looked it up, and it was like, it was an older anime, I think, or older manga or something, but they brought it back. Bring back more older anime, because I legit love this show, man. Dude, I am so fascinated with this show, man, and I am definitely going to keep watching it. But she killed her, man. She killed Dominica. She killed Mary, and then Annabella killed the dude that had killed both of them, and then she went to confront the chick. And when she confronted the chick, she turned into, like, before she done that, dude, she told everything. She said everything. She was like, yeah, I done it. And, like, the reason I done it was because I didn't like her smile. Oh my gosh. But then the faces she was making, man. And then she gets there, and Annabella turns into her monster form. She goes, get out of here, you ugly monster, leave. And then, like, somehow, like, all of the anger and rage that was triggered inside Annabella forced her to turn into like a deeper, bigger monster, and she was like legit choking dude. I mean, chick. Like, she had choked her. Her face was like turning reddish purple color. Like, her head was like starting to cave in. Like, they got real graphic on that moment. But then BEM came in, stuck his hand in her chest, and like I want to say electricity her, but electrified her, and it kind of shocked her back to her normal self. But then we have the cop chick come in at that moment, and she was like, what are you doing here? He was like, this is the lady that killed Mary. And so hopefully she's going to get her just desserts and some justice, man, because she killed a lot of people. But she killed a couple people, but she done it for no reason. She had no reason to kill these people. She just wanted to. But then it ends with Annabella at school, and she turns around and tells the dude that was drawing her, and that probably likes her, you should draw me from the front next time. I enjoyed this show, man. Everything about it was lovely, and I think you guys should watch it. And this has been my discussion / review. I know I kind of went all over the place talking about the episode, but this is your boy, The Incredible Man. Don't forget to smash that like button till you can't smash it anymore. Comment down below, and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them, and subscribe, but only if you really want to, man. And remember that anime matters, anime is greatness, and anime is life, and BEM is for everyone if you enjoy a good story, a good plot, and a little bit of death, a little bit of mystery, a little bit of suspense, and a little bit of splashes of everything else, man. But peace out.